This path is used by Chinese ships and aircraft to get to Taiwan. Potentially, the planned strait crossing might make use of the underwater high-speed rail. As early as 1997, when Hong Kong was returned to China, China had planned to build a high-speed train linking Taiwan. China's mainland is linked to Hong Kong and Macao in the same way that they are now. Suppose there was a high-speed train that connected Beijing and Taipei across the Pacific. Mainland China and Taiwan are separated by just 131 kilometers of the Taiwan Strait. However, a high-speed railway in China can get you from a 2B in only 350 kilometers. Less than 20 minutes is all it takes to reach Taiwan. Though it may seem unbelievable today, the last decade has been like a dragon rising for China's high-speed rail. At the current pace of expansion, no country can surpass the 70,000-mile mark reached by the high-speed rail network. Certainly, that's not out of the question. The high-speed rail project now out for bid will be the most expensive and time-consuming railroad endeavor ever. Chinese officials originally proposed the idea of a high-speed rail line between Beijing and Shanghai in 2008. Rapid. No one should doubt that this is a difficult undertaking that will need extensive knowledge of Suba's high-speed rail systems. Even countries like Japan, the United States, and Germany, who have pioneered high-speed rail construction and have relatively mature technology, are reluctant to undertake this project due to the underwater tunnel's high cost and great difficulty. After 2008, China invested heavily on high-speed rail because its leaders saw infrastructure development as a key to joining the global community. It has been almost 30 years since Japan's first high-speed rail system was abandoned. In spite of a sluggish start, China's Shin-Ensen high-speed rail system is now technologically on par with Japan's. China has fought off competition from Germany and Japan in order to win contracts to build high-speed rail networks in a number of countries. These countries include Indonesia, Russia, Africa, and Saudi Arabia. In China, the first high-speed rail line can go 160 kilometers per hour. In 2010, the longest high-speed rail line in the world opened for business. By taking the high-speed rail from Beijing to Guangzhou, you can save yourself a whopping 8 hours of travel time. After that, China prioritized expanding its high-speed rail network to reach all major urban centers. In addition, there are often 3 or more high-speed rail stops in major metropolitan areas. The question then becomes how China can catch up to and eventually surpass Europe, the United States, Japan, etc. Money, after all, is the ultimate motivator. When compared to Europe, the price of building a kilometer of high-speed rail in the United States is at least $15 million. China has completed 40,000 kilometers and another 35,000 are now under construction at an average cost of 39 million stem and the highest cost. The price tag on building a high-speed rail system is far higher. For about $56 million, a high-speed rail line may be built in California, China's varied topography, including plateaus, deserts, and stunning mountains, offset by the country's low regulatory costs and inexpensive labor, making it an appealing site to conduct business. And the speed of the bullet trains has been continuously raised from its original 160 kilometers per hour, all for a fraction of the price that it would be in Europe. A reduction to their current 350 km distance. The high-speed rail system capable of 650 km/h has been designed. Once the high-speed rail network on land was finished, they could return to their original plan, constructing a high-speed rail link to Taiwan. Having completed this, they reverted to their previous state. The dream was only a pipe dream until it finally caught fire. The first prerequisite is a comprehensive knowledge of technology, engineering, and bridge construction over water. Success stories for underwater high-speed rail construction on foreign soil are non-existent. Japan finished building the world's longest tunnel in 1988. It was a tunnel under the This incredible feat of engineering happened in Japan. Each kilometer cost $350 million, whereas the overall cost for 33 kilometers was just $70. Assume a distance of 1 kilometers exists between Beijing, China, and Taiwan. Further, let's assume that Beijing injection is located 2,000 kilometers away, and about $3 billion in funding is needed to build the building. Taiwan is only a mere 1 kilometers away. The Hong Kong-July-Mako Bridge alone has a price tag of $3.03 billion. There is a 20-kilometer long tunnel under the bridge's surface. The price of the underwater tube is estimated to be $7 billion, following Japanese pricing standards. The whole project from China to Taiwan will cost at least $50 billion at the present currency rate. China will have to spend at least 350 billion yuan on this endeavor, and that number might rise. Frightening prospect. Even if they have the resources and need a solid basic infrastructure, China needs to begin developing bridges to acquire experience. Hong Kong's Zhuhai-Macao Bridge is the most well-known sea bridge in the world. Among these are some of the most complex bridges ever built. Strategies for excavating a tunnel under the seabed. They went on to other cities' initiatives after achieving this exceptional success. The Chinese are experts at many things, including building underwater tunnels and navigating over bridges, both subterranean metro systems and high-speed railroads that span the country link the many cities in China. They have completed the high-speed train between Beijing and Fujian, a distance of almost 2,000 kilometers, and erected the bridge across the Fujian River. There are 3 alternatives to choose from. One of them is a reserved high-speed rail route to Taiwan. They invested a lot of time, energy, and money to learn everything they could about subsea engineering. Due to Taiwan's lack of awareness of the mainland's size, the authorities there incorrectly assumed that China could not destroy the world at the time. Reason being, Taiwan did not. Despite Da's belief that the mainland's development was accelerating, it's important to have a complete understanding of this phenomenon. The island finally electrified its trains after 40 years. The high-speed train line that departs from Taipei and arrives on the island 17 minutes later took 11 years to create. Some mainlanders, having seen how quickly high-speed rail was built there, are worried about Taiwan's ability to keep up, because finishing it is a prerequisite for finishing the high-speed rail connection to Taiwan. China's high-speed train station was expanded in Fujian with the help of 1,500 employees in just 9 hours. Despite the better ties between China and the United States, additional high-speed rail lines will be built in this area. There are still major challenges to overcome with this endeavor. There would be several insurmountable challenges to overcome during the building of the Cross, a high-speed rail project that will unite Taiwan by strait in Fujian. The location of the site in an area prone to typhoons, as well as the facility's complexity during construction and upkeep, pose the greatest threats. Outside of the world's longest sea crossing bridge, at 55 kilometers, Taiwan's geography and climate are unique. Since there was formerly a connection between Fujian, China, and Taiwan, this strait presents some unusually challenging architectural opportunities for a bridge. Large cargo ships weighing 10,000 tons or more need careful planning around the cross bridge. Furthermore, Taiwan is situated in an earthquake, hazardous region. It is essential that earthquake safety regulations be followed from start to finish on any building project. The ocean's natural ecosystem poses an additional issue due to the high stakes involved. Completing this underwater project will be difficult since it will affect the local environment no matter what. It will also contribute to the overall price tag of this massive project. Because of this, it is impossible to say when this vast undertaking will be completed. Comment below. Opinions on this railroad, please. If you want to see another horrific undertaking, go here.